Today in the morning, I have already discussed the functions and all. So I'm just going to revise that particular functions and how to discuss the functions, how to use the function, how to create the function and all. So this is my recording, and mainly I am recording because I want to share some of the functions features which has been asked by few of the students, and now I'm just going to show them some of this through this video. And my main objective is not doing this Zoom class, but mainly how to expose this particular video. So to my objective is to check the videos and to create the video and show you the my programs and all. So main objective is to show the program. So everybody just see this video carefully. Over here I'm going to discuss about the functions which I have already discussed in the morning. So my function learning is a main objective of the day to show. Let me find out my program which I have worked out in the morning. My functions is here. Yes, function learning. So this is the function learning. I'm going to talk about this. At the beginning, when I discussed about this function learning, I have made some of the things like here. I have created a functions, and then I have created the function called addition. How it has been created and all, I will just go through that. This is the function, complete function, where I have multiple additions functions I have created with the same name. And this is the example of overloading. It's the final destination was here to show the overloading. But first I tried to create the uh, class, which is just to I will write here. You can see that I'm creating a function class, and this is function class. Now when I create this function class, my IDE, that is called BlueJ, has created this particular class over here. And in this class, what exactly is there? They are some kind of things which are created by the IDE itself. One is the class. The class name is function class. You can see here the function class is there. So I will increase the size of this to show you properly. So we can just make it 25 as the character size so that you can see. This is the function class. You can see this is the function class. And in the function class, I have a variable. That variable name is intx, and all other things are there. So I don't need this portion. So I will delete that portion which is not required in my class. And after that, what I do, I'll show you. And it is just this is the constructor parts which I will keep. This is the constructor part. This is called default constructor. I talked about this one in the morning also. So this function class is actually, this is the constructor, and this is called default constructor, which will be created automatically. So if you define or don't define, this will be created automatically. And inside the class you have seen that intx, that was a member variable, and now I am looking for the member function. So member function name is here sample method. You can see this is a sample method, which is a member function created by the uh, ID itself. So here, this is the function. So this is the part is called access specifier. This part is called access specifier. Then this is the return type. The return type is int, and after return type there is a particular option is called modifier. So modifier is not here, so you can see there is no modifier over there. But the structure, if you define, then in the structure you have a access specifier, return type, modifier, sorry, access specifier, modifier, return type. Then this part is called function name. So sample method is the name of the function, and intx is the parameter. Now here I have only one parameter over there, so you can keep a multiple parameters in your function. So here I have only given one parameter, and then you can see this part is called body of the function. So function is actually having four parts. This is called access specifier. Then one part is missing, that is called modifier, which is by default it's a dynamic. If you want to change the modifier into static, you can keep the modifier as a static. Then int is the return type. Then sample method is the name of the function, and this is the parameter. Here, by default, they have given one parameter. You can give any number of parameters, and if you don't want to give any parameter, that is also possible. That is called null parameter, or no parameters are there. So here we can see that int x y is there. I will change one more variable, that is int x. Now here you can see there are two parameters. One is inty and another is int x. So this is a function which is a part of the class. So why do we write a function? Function is written because a same code can be used multiple times. So if you need 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, you can use that particular part of the code without without rewriting the same code again and again. So it shows the reusability of the function. Then function is having a very important thing is abstraction. Abstraction is what, like this function, if you have written in some other parts, in the main parts you will not see the code. So code can be hidden, so you can keep this function as a private, public, or protected, whatever you like to do. That is the access specifier. Here you have given the access specifier as public, so you can understand if this function will be available in any part of the class. But if it is a private function, that will be only accessed by the class only class. Different part of the class you can use those functions. You cannot use those function outside the class. Here you can see this is a public function. Public function can be called by outside also. I'll show you those all stuff afterwards. Now here, this is the name of the function is sample method. So I will change this sample method to some other functions name. The function's name I will give, like here, say function. I have given the function name as function. So when I have given the function name as a function, that means this function name is function, and this is a function class. Inside the function class, I have created a function that name is function, which will take two values, integer and integer, and it will manipulate those two integer and it will return the value integer. This is the return value type is integer, and I'm adding those two integers. So when I add two integer, I get the result in integer. So integer plus integer is integer. Now I will compile this one. You see the compilation. After doing the compilation, there is no syntax error. When there is no syntax error, we can just use them. Means we can see that there is no error is there. So I call the function class object. I have created an object. You see this is an object. Now in the method, in the particular constructor, I have not defined anything. So nothing is executed, but the object is created. Inside the object, when I created the object, inside the object I have that function. The name of the function is function. You can see here, name of the function is function. And when I click this function, I get this function call. Look at this. This is called method call. I'm calling the method. At the time of the definition, I have defined the method, and now here it is showing the method call. When I got that method call, I pass on two values, 67 and say 90. So two values are passed. One value is going with the help of y, another value is going with the help of x. So when I manipulate them, it is returning the value 157. Very interesting thing is that when the function returns a value, that value needs to be stored in some location. Here there is no locations out there. What is the location is the standard error device. Standard error device is my screen. On the screen the value is returned, and that's the reason I can see the method result on the screen. So this is how we define a function, and this function is called user defined function. There are two types of function. One is system defined function, another is user defined function. So this is called user defined function. I will stop here, and again I will share the next part of the video in the very next day.